My name is Dallas Dalton, and this is my photo story. In this presentation, I will give a problem that students have with comprehension, and then outline a few solutions so that you can use them in your own classroom. Comprehension is a creative, multifaceted thinking process in which students engage with the text. Comprehension defined is a reader's process of using their prior experiences in the author's text to construct meaning that's useful to that reader for a specific purpose. Comprehension is the goal of reading. It's the reason why people read. Students must understand what they're reading to learn from the experience. They must make sense of the words in the text to maintain interest, and they must enjoy reading to become lifelong readers. In order for the students to reach their goal of comprehension, we must help with the problems the students have. One problem is that the students can't summarize or answer questions after reading. A solution to this is simple. Build the background knowledge of the students. Let the students experience things, field trips, participating in dramas, examining artifacts outside. Authentic experience is the absolute best way to build the background knowledge of the student. Visual representation, like photos, books, and videos, can also be used. Talking is often the least effective way, but sometimes explanations can provide enough information to be sufficient. Improving vocabulary is a key factor in comprehension. Teachers pre-teach key words when they're building background knowledge using KWL charts. This is when the student asks, "What do I know? What do I find out? And what do I learn?" A teacher can also use graphic organizers, anticipation guides, and other pre-reading activities to improve vocabulary. Another simple solution is to read out loud to your students. Many children have an easier time comprehending a story when they are listening to the words, rather than focusing on pronouncing the words while they try to read it themselves. And plus, it's story time, and this is a great opportunity to ask questions to your students and see if they really understand the story. If your student does not know how to retell the story, then teach them. Students absorb so much knowledge, but if we haven't taught them how to complete a task, we can't expect them to do it. Students' retellings should be coherent and well organized and should include the big ideas and important details. A story sequence board can help your student retell the story. By putting the pictures in the correct sequence, a student will be able to retell the story in their own words by following the pictures they ordered. Another solution is to declare the purpose for reading what they are expected to read. This alone aids in determining how readers focus their attention and how to sort relevant from irrelevant information as they read. Comprehension is often difficult for English learners. Teachers can help by choosing books that are appropriate for ELLs, build their world and literary knowledge, and introduce key vocabulary words in advance. Motivation, the innate curiosity that makes us want to figure things out, is extremely important in comprehension. If a student is not motivated, then they will not try to understand what they are reading. Get to know your students and find out what interests them, what motivates them. If you want to improve your students' comprehension and just make it easier for them, try to implement these few simple ideas in your classroom. You can widen their background knowledge through authentic experience, visual communication, or talking. Reading out loud to your students is always fun for everyone, and the students will benefit from it. Teach your students how to retell a story and what is expected to be said when retelling the story. Use story sequence boards to help your students retell the story in their own words. And lastly, tell the purpose of why you're reading the text to help them better understand. Thanks for listening.